Well, greetings and salutations, guys and girls. It's me, the off-grid warrior and ranger. Okay, ranger, get up here. Get up here. Of course, ranger's once again been laying on the floor, and as soon as I start talking, he jumps up. It's okay, I was ready. Okay, well, what a day, guys. True story. I was doing some fencing earlier on, and we should probably do a mic check. Can you guys hear me? Mic check. Let me know in chat. Mr. Artiford, looks like you might be the only one in chat today. I see there are a few other folks. Greetings. Welcome, everybody. Just let me know, Mr. Artiford, if you're there. Let me know if chat is working. Okay, where was I? Yeah, just a few hours ago, I was doing some fencing. And, well, it's pretty hot out there, guys. It's, I don't know, like 100 degrees outside there, and inside it's you can't see my temperature. The battery is on the fritz, but I can barely see it. It's 98 degrees inside the cabin right now. 98 degrees. It's pretty hot in here, guys and gals. And anyways, I was doing some fencing early on. And I came inside to, get some water and sit down. And so I promptly sat down here on the bench that I'm on. And, I fell asleep. And I remember sitting here thinking, don't fall asleep because you've got a stream in, I think then it was like a couple hours. So don't fall asleep. You've got a stream in a couple hours. And, of course, I fell asleep, guys. And I woke up with 18 minutes to go. Till the stream started, so a little bit of a rush. I had to run outside, try and wake up, fire up the generator. I hadn't even turned on the computer, so a little wild. So if I look a little blurry-eyed and I'm talking gibberish, you know why. Okay, we got that out of the way. Who is all here? Okay. Steve Lambert. I can hear you. Thank you, Steve. Welcome. Ronnie Lynn is in the house. Well, hello, Ronnie Lynn. Long time no see. Mr. Artiford, loud and proud. Howdy. Howdy. Natal is here. Welcome, Natal. Good to see you here this afternoon. Tomahawk. Thumbs up. Hello, OGW, Ranger Scout, and everyone. Hey, Tomahawk, good to see you, mate. I wasn't expecting you today, but awesome. Awesome. Welcome, man. All right. Wow. So you can hear me. I've actually got a slightly cool rag over here. I went to town yesterday, and I have a cooler of melted ice, but it is a little bit cold. So I got... a rag in the cooler, which is nice and cool. And so I'm going to pep myself down, guys. I know it's kind of weird, but yeah, 98 degrees in here today. Hopefully the computer holds up and doesn't overheat. It's just brutal right now, guys. Okay. So, folks, I'm not sure there's some new feature that YouTube has rolled out. I see at the end of some names, looking at the chat, I see a little purple icon with a crown and a number 1 and then a number 3. I'm not sure what that's all about, guys. I'll have to look into it. Not anything I've set up. So, I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me what's going on. Anyways, so it's been an interesting week. I have been running around a little bit. I was asked to do some babysitting while some folks were out of town. So I've been looking after some property and some of the things that come along with, looking after the property while they're not here. So a little different routine the last week or so, the last couple of days, really. Anyways, who else is here? Kevin, been hitting the mid-90s for days. Here, heat index in the hundreds. Yeah, guys, warm. I was actually out doing fencing, and well, I know this might be a little crude, but I was digging fence poles and out there in the heat with, let's just say, minimal clothing. If anybody had come up here, they would be quite surprised to find a guy doing fencing in just his underpants. So it was that warm. Of course, the dogs have been pretty much napping all day long. They're not moving much either. So just brutal right now. And, being off-grid, and so there's just no turning on the air conditioner, guys. It's we just got to try and find some shade and, bear with it. Okay, so the video this week is about 31 minutes long, and it's a real mixture of stuff, guys. Like I said, I've been up to a few different things than usual. I also have a few projects underway right now. I'm enlarging the fenced area that I have in front of the cabin over here. Let's just say with 2 dogs, it's getting it's getting a little small out in front of the cabin. With my tiny little fenced-in area. So I'm expanding the area that the doggos can run around in, giving me a little more space and not having to deal with a lot of, let's just say, dog issues directly in front of the cabin. Maybe they'll go somewhere else and do what dogs do. Okay. Yeah, so good to see everybody here. I see there's a bunch of, the usual folks. Thanks for swinging by. And I think what we'll do, guys, is we'll just get going with the video. I know a lot of people have things to do. It is Sunday. Some are working tomorrow, so I'll fire up the video. And if anybody's new to the stream, what I do here is I pretty much record what I do and what I get up to throughout the week, and I put a little video together, and we watch it during the stream. If you have anything you want to say or any comments or questions about anything that you see, please feel free just to drop the question in the chat. I do monitor the chat while we're watching the video, and even if you've got constructive criticism, if it looks like I'm doing anything absolutely weird, let me know, and let's chat about it. We try and get the chat going. It's not just about me, guys. It's about you too. So, hopefully I'll have some good questions this week. Right. What have I got here? Tomahawk, still recovering from surgery, but was able to make it tonight. Well, Tomahawk, thanks, mate. Hopefully you're, getting through all of this. I know you've got several months, a lot of time ahead of you that you're going to have to get through. So it's just the beginning, right? But, yeah, mate. Glad you're able to make it, Tomahawk. Kevin, okay, we got that one. Sorry, guys, I'm jumping all over the place. Still waking up. Oh, wow. It's hot. I'm really grateful I've got a cooler full of it's mainly water right now, but it's cool or cold-ish water from the ice that melted in there. Anyways, Mr. Hardyford, Ranger and Scout getting along splendid. Yes, guys, let's just say a lot has changed up here now with 2 dogs. It's definitely some challenges, which you'll see in this video. Some of the things I have to endure now with 2 fairly unruly dogs at times. But anyways, princess problems, guys. Princess problems. Okay, so we're gonna fire up the video, guys, and we'll get through it. And if anybody wants to, you know how we go, guys. If you want to hang out after the video and chat, that would be great. You're more than welcome to do that. And also for those of you who don't know what we do, after the video, we hang out and chat a bit. Hopefully, like I say, the computer doesn't melt since it's so hot in here. I'm not sure how it's cooling itself down with this heat. Hot air goes in the front, and even hotter air comes out the back of the computer. So, okay, let's fire up the video and we'll get going, guys. I think we're good to go. And let me know folks, once the video gets rolling, let me know if the audio is good and you know, everything seems alright. Okay, let's go. Slowly, slowly. I know you're excited. We're all excited. Slowly. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I think this is called a alpine lake. Nice. Oh. Let's go, buddy. Okay, go, 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 go. Come on. Come on, go, go, go. Oh, and I can lead the way. Okay. Okay, come on, let's go. Oh, you keep on stopping. Oh, yeah. Buddy. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Whoopa. Go. Okay, I gotta go first. That's fine. Go, buddy. Which way? Which way? Go this way. Come on, buddy. You can do this. You can do this. I think. Come on. Oh yeah, good boy. Good boy. Come on, buddy. Oh yeah. Nice. Who wants to go for a swim? The perfect swimming hole right there. Okay. Let's go. Hey, 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 hey. Come with me. I know you guys hear squirrels and it's like time to run. You know, back in my day, I used to hear a few squirrels and I used to run too. Back in the day. Oh yeah, good times guys. Cruising the hood. Late afternoon, it's warmish, but pleasant. Come on, buddies. Oh, no! Out of the way! We gotta make it up here, guys. Stay out of the way. Oh boy. Ah. Okay. Next time we'll get it. I'll blame the dogs for now. You got in my way. Stay here. I know what you're thinking, buddy. I can see it in your eyes. You want to go and do your own thing. You guys stay with me. Come on. Let's go. Stay with me. Well, guys, yeah. There you have it. We're hauling. The tractor is working today. Got to keep an eye on Ranger here. He's been attempting to range a little too much lately. Multiple days of him sneaking away and me having to look for him. There are I've discovered a couple dogs that are in heat at the bottom of the valley here, and range is definitely onto them. Stay with me. Well, greetings and salutations, guys and girls. It's the Off-Grid Warrior, yeah. And here I am. It's early Tuesday morning, and we're just stocking up the old smokehouse over here because I'm heading down the mountain for a few hours. Day 2 of drying out our little beef snacks. And yeah, beautiful morning, guys. We've got 2 doggos ready to go. Ranger's panting and whining already because, you know, he sees me with the backpack on and the cap, and he knows we're going somewhere. So yeah, today I'm going to be doing a bit of tractor work for some neighbors, helping out. Let's call it barter. And so we're going to do that probably at least half a day. And then, yeah, I should be back up here to restoke the smokehouse. We've got another day after today. We're going to do 3 days of cold curing or cold smoking in the cold smokehouse. So, and then I'll probably start eating it after day 3. I usually hang it after the 3 days inside here. I'll hang it for a day or 2, and then it's kind of perfect. But yeah, the few times I've done this recently, on day 3, I'm already chomping through it. So we shall see. But anyways, we will get going with our day, guys. Let's go. Sneaking away from the dogs. Yeah, you heard that right. I'm sneaking away from my dogs. I've been, let's just say, eyeballs deep in dogs for like 3 weeks now. It's been Dogapalooza up the yin yang, and I need a break. So I'm going to go get my sweat on, some push-ups, some sit-ups, just get some fresh air without having to worry about, are the dogs around? Where is Ranger? Did I just lose Scout? Whistling, shouting. It's actually nice being out in the woods. I'm actually enjoying this right now without the dogs. Just silence. I'm not having to whistle and shout and constantly monitor dogs. Yeah, I climbed through a window to escape my dogs, guys. And they haven't started barking or going crazy. They think I'm still in the cabin. So, yay, I'm so clever. Anyways, I just need to breathe some fresh air without worrying about dogs every second. So. Hello, ants. Well, gents, that was 40. We're at 40-40, so feeling pretty good. We're definitely gonna get extra dessert today, gents. We're like quarter of the way and I'm at 40 and feeling pretty good. 40-40. So keep on going. Good days, good times. It's about, I don't know, 90 degrees right now, cooling down a little bit. It is around I think 6:30 p.m. I waited for the end of the day to do this. Okay guys, look at this. It's like the service berry bonanza, guys. Oh man. Okay guys, I'm being a naughty boy right now. I'm pausing the workout session. I'm on the walking portion right now, so it's not too bad, but we're gonna guzz down some of these bad boys. Just look at them. Ooh, plump and delicious. Oh yeah, let's just grab them all. Oh yeah. I've already eaten a handful a little early on, but I didn't record that for you guys. I thought I wouldn't be rude, but look at all these guys. The best way to eat them is like this. Oh yeah. Of course, I got 1,000 pips in my mouth right now with seeds. If any of you are watching this watched the first time I did this a few months ago, coming out of winter, let's just say it was a little embarrassing, but I did it anyways. I think there's been a little bit of progress. Progress, good. Okay, that's kind of lame, I know. We're at 65. Let's see if they missed me. Hi buddies. You guys didn't even know I was gone. Looks like you've been napping. Good job, boys. I didn't hear one bark. So, good stuff. One bark when I left, that is. Normally, when I leave this gate and head in that direction, Ranger's going crazy. So, good job, boys. I think I may have Found out how I need to escape out the back of the cabin. Okay, we'll check on our meat. Let's do that. Haven't had to make a fire today. The temperature has been perfect inside here. It's about 90 degrees, perfect. That's how we like that. And oh wow, hang on a second here. 1, 2, 3 empty hooks. What's up with that? Yeah, that was me. Day 2 and I already started eating the small ones. They were dry and tasty and delicious. So yeah, okay, I did it. I'll admit. Oh, and that little one's looking at me too now. Temptations. So strong. There we go, girls. Have fun. Get some water on the plants for the morning. Pretty hot in here right now, very warm, definitely in the 90s. Not seeing anything come up in the middle yet, which is unfortunate. Maybe I planted everything too deep, I don't know. Okay, next chore. This is going to be tough to split. rasp. Yippers. We're gonna do a little bit of axe sharpening. This is let's call this the quick and dirty way, quick and dirty method. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of people that are going to see this and go, oh my gosh, how could he do that? You know, the axe professionals out there. How do you guys like my custom kydex sheath I made for the rasp? Yeah, had this for many years. It's not kydex, it's cardboard and duct tape, guys. Yeah, or some like to call it the poor man's sheath. Cardboard and black duct tape. Looks cool, doesn't it? Let's get back to work. Okay, last one. Okay, let's make it a good one. Oh, good stuff. Well guys, this here is the finished product. I know it's a little difficult to see, and don't worry about my hands. I'm quite clean, all right? For those clean freaks out there, this is just organic tree resin, guys. So you know, it's not dirty. It's earthly and organic. Anyway, so you just cut this little slices, and I typically knock off the excess spices on it, and you ended up with this wonderful little piece of delicious meat here. You can see there's no blood or anything weird looking. I like a little bit of fat on mine, so you get a meaty, fatty, vinaigrette, salty mix in your mouth. Meaty, fatty, salty vinaigrette. Hints of roasted coriander. Perfect combo, guys. Perfect meat, dry meat snack. This is day three, and I'm guessing by tonight it's all going to be done. You know, I have zero self-control when it comes to meat. I think I might wash this down with some service berries that I have growing all over the place. I think the chickens are fighting. Anyways, guys, good snack. 3 days ready to chow. Cured meat. Yeah. And we're back. I think we're back. Let me know in chat, folks, if you can hear me. I've got my cooling device on the neck here. Just dipped it into the cooler. It's full-on survival out here, folks. Okay, what did I miss here in chat? Did I lose some folks here? It looks like a bunch of viewers disappeared. It might have been my dirty hands and eating. Maybe I scared folks away. Okay, let's go back a little here and see what I missed out on. John Offgrid Garage, you doing okay? I've been trying to get my Chevy Cobalt fixed. It blew a tire and it's out of oil. I think all I got, might have a leak. Oh boy, I know a little bit about vehicle problems. I'm an expert at vehicle problems. Not really, but I do have a lot of problems. Miss Racy, hey OGW, greetings Miss Racy, welcome. Okay, what else? Tomahawk, sharpen that axe or get a splitting wedge. What are you saying, Tomahawk? Is my chopping technique less than ideal or something? Yeah, when I started chopping, I definitely needed to sharpen the axe, which I eventually did, and things went a little bit better. Yeah, you know, winter, I'm really enjoying spring and summer, and we're doing a lot of summery things, but you know, winter is always in the back of my mind. You know, winter is when everything matters. So even though we're having great weather out here, and you know, just having fun, you know, the thought of winter is there. So yeah, we're definitely getting on with our splitting now. I've got 2 more trees that I need to drop here, some dead standing, and get those split. And that should be enough for me. I still have some leftover firewood from last year. And so 2 more trees, we should be good. And I'm also going to be starting a little shed or an add-on to the cabin. Basically just something with a roof that I can hide some, you know, totes under and have my firewood shed open again. Right now, where I typically have my firewood, it's filled with garbage. By garbage, I mean totes that I've been carrying around for 10 years, the last 10 years of my life. So with this new little build that I'm going to be doing, attaching onto the other side of the cabin, we'll have access to our wood room finally again. So yeah, that's all going to happen here. I think I did mention I'm currently doing some fencing. I'll have some footage next week of the fencing that I'm doing. Yeah, you know, it's just a little bit of a problem with 2 dogs. You know, when I built this little cabin and fenced in a small area in the front, I really didn't do it for 2 dogs. And now that I have 2 dogs, it's just proving a little too small, with, you know, 2 dogs doing their pooping and peeing right in front of the cabin. They need more space. I need more space. So I'm pretty much going to double the fenced area that I currently have. By the end of the week, I should have doubled that fence area and give doggos a little more space. You know, somewhere to run around safely. Actually, on that note, guys, a little update about Scout that I've noticed. You know, we've had him now for, what has it been, 3 weeks or almost a month. And I am beginning to see some traits that are, let's just say, a little less than desirable. He's definitely got a dark streak to him. And by that I mean he's, I think, given the opportunity to kill something on the ground, like a chicken or some kind of bird, let's just say he will do that. He's definitely got a streak of, I'm going to kill that thing and then eat it. I won't give too many details, but yeah, it exists. And also he's a chewer. Yes, I know he's a puppy, but he's got hold of my flip-flops and destroyed those, my summer flip-flops. He's almost destroyed my gardening boots, the ones that are full of holes. They have more holes now. And then my good pair of I call them my church shoes, have been chewed on too. So, yeah. I now hide everything that I don't want chewed is not outside or anywhere that he has access to. So, that's kind of proving a little interesting. Also, there's been a few times now that we're out walking and he starts to run. If he sees a deer or a squirrel or anything that moves, he's gone. And I can scream and shout and whistle. I mean, even when he's, 15, 20 feet away from me and he starts running, it doesn't matter what I do, how loud I whistle or scream. He doesn't even turn around or look at me. He just goes. Fortunately, every time he's done this, he reappears 5 minutes later. So I've had a bit of a mind shift in how I view the dogs. From this point on, if they run from me, I will spend no more than 5 minutes and then I'll just move on. Otherwise, I'll be constantly looking for dogs. It's almost impossible with this lifestyle to have 2 dogs on a leash all the time. And, I can't have 2 dogs locked behind a fence all the time either. So, I'm just going to have to take my chances and let the cards fall where they may. Anyways, rambled a little too long on that topic. What have we got here? Mr. Hardyford, how many cords do I need? Well, I would say a cord and a half will get me through winter. But, maybe, I think this year we might go for 2 cords. Should be fine. If I have more and can get access to more, you can never go wrong with having too much wood. So, a cord and a half should get me through winter. I have a very small stove, Mr. Hardyford. Maybe some days, someday I'll do a little tour inside the cabin, but we'll see about that. But my wood stove is pretty small. It's probably one of the smallest wood stoves that you can get. I can only put the max length of wood chunk I can put in there is 12 inches. 12 inches, yeah. I cut all my wood at 12 inches and then split it. So I think I can maybe get 14 inches in there, but that would be like hitting both the front and the back of the wood stove. So 12 is the ideal length for me. So it's fairly small, so I don't require a lot of wood. And I'm in a small cabin, Mr. Hardyford, so the advantage of a small cabin is it doesn't take much to heat it in winter. So that's good. Okay. Tomahawk, lol, you heard me on the video. Oh, yeah, about the axe sharpening. Gotcha. Okay. It's official. Miss Racy speaks. Her nickname is Bear Paw. Okay. Mr. Hardyford, I use a file all the time or a knife stone. Yeah, I have both a knife stone and a file. I find the file... If I haven't sharpened the axe for a long time and there's little nicks in the actual edge, a file works really great. Now that file you saw me using is obviously a fine. It's what they call a fine file. It's not very rough, so it'll fix up any dings or anything like that and sharpen the axe up. If I want to be super anal about something or sharpening, I'll bring out my little puck stone to sharpen the axe. I just find the fine file just quicker and easier. Of course, it will let's just say wear down your axe faster that way. Okay. John Offred Garage, lots of rain in northwest Georgia lately. Okay. Now, we've had a little bit of rain here, and by little, I mean, light drizzle, 40 minutes at the most, half an hour, and then gone. I'm starting to pay attention to my water tanks or my water barrels and watering the garden. As we go into summer and get deeper into summer, we can go weeks without a drop of water. So, managing water gets kind of interesting. Okay. Mainly Off-Grid is in the house. Greetings, welcome. Good to see you again. Family plan, duct tape is so handy. Yeah, guys, duct tape, black duct tape is the poor man's Kydex. I've had that little sheath for many years, and, it's always in the backpack. It works well. Okay, rain has been insane. Few flash floods, Miss Racy. Okay, well, hopefully you guys are all fine though. What else we got here? Mainly Off-Grid. Looks like your haircut is in summer mode. Yeah. I was going when I was making the thumbnail for the video, and I was going through one of the folders on the computer with some of my winter stuff. The contrast between me in winter, the beard and the hair, and myself now, I'm looking very different, no doubt. But it's just, I find beards in the middle of summer and trying to eat in hot weather just, too much. It's too much, guys. So, all right. Mainly Off-Grid, such a beautiful view you have. Yeah, mainly Off-Grid, I feel pretty blessed. I think most days I get up and walk outside, and I still take in, even after like 3.5 years up here, I still take in the scenery every single day, and like it's the first day. I'm definitely very lucky. Tomahawk, we were in the high 90s with the heat index of 102 today, and under flood wash from the thunderstorms rolling in. That's crazy. Yeah, no flood watches up here in this neck of the woods, Pacific Northwest, or at least in this area of Montana. No flash floods yet. No, we didn't have any issues with our rain season. Nothing too crazy. Family plan, Georgia getting the flash floods kind of rain. Sorry to hear, guys. Okay. Yeah, I'm out of the loop. I haven't really been paying much attention to news lately. I went on a little bit of a I want nothing. I don't want to see or hear anything about what's going on. I go through these fasts, like a food fast. I go through this information fasts every now and again because, I do have an inquisitive mind. There's certain topics I like to keep up to date on, but I'll be honest with you, sometimes wanting to be kept up to date or staying in the loop is not the best idea, especially when it's all kind of mostly insanity. The old saying of you are what you eat applies to information that you take in as well, guys. So, if you consume a lot of garbage, garbage in, garbage out. So, I've been in a little bit of an information fast, a week or so ago. Okay. Hey, Kevin, good video. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, it was just a little mixed bag this week's. John Off-Grid Garage, meat can help you stay strong in the woods, I guess. Yeah, well, you guys have heard me rant about, having meat, eating meat. Winter for me was pretty lean, and even coming out of winter, just, when there's no funds, you really have to pick and choose what when, for me, even when I go to the grocery store. So, buying roasts or big chunks of meat is just not a reality when you go to the grocery store with like $50-$60 to spend. Meat is the aisle, the section that I just try not to look at when I go by. Um, straight to the two-minute noodles and maybe some cans of chicken. But yeah. So yeah, coming out of winter, and of course, even at the end of winter, spring, not much meat was consumed, and I was definitely feeling it, just mentally and emotionally. And the first few times I got some meat in me, I could definitely feel a lift in spirits and energy. So I think this winter we'll go back to perhaps looking at some game. I don't want to go through another winter with not having meat. So we'll definitely be picking up the paperwork required to get that game in. Okay, where are we? Tomahawk, OGW, do you have some bleach for your rainwater just in case you need to drink it? Tomahawk, I do put a little bit of bleach at the beginning of the rain season. I get some bleach in the tank and do a little wash in the tank. I drain the tank out, and then I'll put like half a cup of bleach in the tank, in anticipation for the rain season. So, worst case scenario for me, if there's drinking water issues and I need drinking water, as you know, in winter I just melt snow. If I'm having a problem hauling my drinking water in winter, I'll just melt snow and drink that. And then, of course, I do have a creek at the bottom of the valley which runs throughout the year. So there's some other options for me before I drink water with a little bit of bleach in it, which I'm not opposed to. A small amount of bleach in water, and I'm talking about a small amount of water, isn't a bad thing. But I have other options before going down that route. Okay. Yeah, and winter, guys, winter does actually get a little physical for me, just, getting up and down the mountain, snowmobile. And so, the lack of protein, I was definitely feeling it. When I got to the end of winter this year, just with the broken down vehicles and the finances being what they were, I was, I was not in a great spot. But a lot of you guys, there's a few of you guys in chat that reached out and helped out quite a bit, guys, and got me through and got me out of that winter. I've got gasoline and all the rest of it. You guys know the story, but thank you to those guys out there. The regulars that have helped out. You know who you are. Thank you. Okay. Where are we? Sorry, guys. I think, did I miss something? Let me see if I can make this chat a bit better, a bit bigger. Winter is just 4 short months away. Kevin, come on, man, please. Why are you telling me that? Yeah, I know, guys. It comes real quick up here. But, by September, let's just say, no. September, things start to change, and it can change real fast or not. But September is, for me up here, temperatures start to drop. And like I said, it can either be extreme or not. But by October, before Halloween, early October, you need to have all your ducks in a row up here. Firewood needs to be stacked and ready to go. So, yeah, it's definitely in back of my mind. I need to do whatever I can to make this winter a little more comfortable, for sure. Not that it's uncomfortable, guys. I think it was just like sort of the food and gasoline, and not having vehicles issue last winter were the real challenging ones. Anyways, moving on. OGW fell in love with the new dog. That's sweet. Oh yeah, the Mr. Scout. He has a very loving side to him. When he calms down and he's had a good run, he's very soft, very gentle, very slow and loving. Ranger can be quite frantic. Even when Ranger is relaxed, he's he's a bird dog, he's a hunting dog. He's frantic even in relaxed mode. But Scout is very soft and loving when he's in that mood. But boy, does he eat. He eats more than Ranger. If I put a bowl of food, I'm still mixing wet and dry food for him. When I put that bowl down, he literally inhales it. It's like it's the first and last meal for him. He's still eating like a starving dog. I'm just shocked at how fast he just inhales a big bowl of food. So hopefully that slows down here, because I am a little concerned about now having to feed 2 dogs through winter, because last winter was a bit of a struggle just feeding dogs and chicken. There are literally times when it was, do I buy food for the chickens or do I buy food for the dogs? With myself being lost. So now we've got 2 dogs, so I don't know. I filed the thought in the back of my mind, and we're just hoping for the best. So he needs a lot of training. Yeah, I'm going to get onto that too. We're Ranger. I didn't put a lot of training into Ranger, being a fairly new dog owner. But I'm definitely going to put some time and effort into Scout for sure. Okay. John of Grades, I've had winter sneak up on me working on other projects. I'm not getting enough firewood here. Well, John of Grid, yeah, you know what you need to do there. Firewood is pretty key. I know I don't need to tell you that, but yeah, I'm pretty. I can snooze on some other tasks except firewood. I don't want to play around with that. That's got to be ready to go. OGW, are you going to neuter the 2 boys? Maybe that would help settle them down and listen to you better. Tomahawk, I've pondered that. I don't know, with the Ranger being Ranger will be 3 years old in October. So, I don't know, can I still neuter him at 3 years? I think we've established Scout is around about a year. And so it may be time to think about him getting neutered. And I think that's a good idea. I'm going to look into the cost of what that costs. I should probably, yeah. I'm definitely neutering Scout. If it's safe to neuter Ranger, I might think about it, depending. Finances and so on. But I would like to neuter Scout, for sure. Just another thing on the list. Thanks, Tomahawk. Mr. Artifid must have to watch for fire prevention a lot with no rain. Yeah, Mr. Artifid, fire, I've touched on this topic before, but fire season up here is no joke. You guys know what it looks like around here. And if we have a small fire in this valley, there is no fighting fires for me. It's grab what I can and go. So a lot of prayer and about fires this time of the year. It gets pretty brutal up here. And I'm surrounded by mostly, on at least 2 sides, thick forest, and the other 2 sides, forest. We have this valley and this region is literally a tinderbox in areas. It's unmaintained. The U.S. Forestry Service hasn't maintained forests around here or thinned out forests for many years. So we have some real thick stuff around here that if it goes up, it's going to be brutal. So we hope that doesn't happen. Okay. John Off-Grid Garage, yes, still the same cabin. And yeah, the cubic stove, I think you showed a video of you at the cabin. So yeah, John Off-Grid Garage, the cubic stove is not what I have in here. That would never work. That cubic stove is very well made. It's a great stove, but it's for like a tiny house or maybe a little trailer, like a stealth trailer. It kind of leans into a novelty stove for a tiny space. It doesn't hold heat the entire eve. You've got to stoke it every 4 or 5 hours. So the cubic stove is not what I have in here. It's I'll take some pictures for you guys and show you next stream. It's still smaller. Where are we? Miss Racy speaks. Wish I could send you some of this rain, OGW here. Some rain now would be nice, just for the garden. Now that I'm watering twice a day, I probably use about 2 gallons. I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but I use maybe about 2.5 gallons of water a day in the greenhouse. I'm very conservative when it comes to watering my garden, but yeah. Family plan. I just came out of a 2-week long information fast myself, OGW. The world never stops making new garbage to worry about. Whew, man, I know. Family plan, it's thick right now. The amount of yeah, the amount of garbage going on right now, folks, it doesn't matter where you look, it's thick. It's thick, and it captivates the masses, and it just creates a lot of zombies endlessly scrolling on their phones, panicked about their guy and the future, and this is no way to live. No way to live. You really have to manage. I know everybody watching this stream is mature, so we know this. But if there's any young folks watching the stream and you're watching your phone a little too much, take a break. Take a break. You'll feel better. Okay, where are we? Mr. Artiford, bury a cooler under the cabin with an access door in the floor. Yeah, under the cabin is the coolest spot. Right now, you can barely get under the cabin because I've hidden a lot of totes underneath the cabin. And the dogs actually love that space underneath the cabin in summer. They crawl way back in there and just lay out and stay cool underneath there. But nobody's getting access right now because it's just it's tote storage. You guys have heard me go on and on and on about all the totes that I have. I still have totes at the bottom of the valley, so that need to find a place to stay. So hopefully with this new build that I'll be adding to the cabin, I'll open up some space to get totes in a nice spot, safe, and open up the bottom of the cabin. I don't actually like a cluttered underside on the cabin. When you can't crawl underneath there and have an open space, it tends to, if you have a lot of stuff underneath there, it's like an attractant for every little critter to crawl underneath there and to make a nest. So it's another reason, I like to keep it open for the dogs so they have a cool spot. But yeah, if it's too cluttered and I have too much stuff stored under the cabin, everything wants to live underneath there. So we're trying to avoid that. Mr. Artiford, vinegar in the water, it's food consumable and helps kill bacteria. Yeah, vinegar is not a bad option. I don't think it's as effective as Clorox or anything, but it's definitely not as toxic or abusive as Clorox or bleach. Let me know if you're going to new to them. I'll help you with that. No problem. Tomahawk, that's very kind of you, sir. I need to. I'll look into it and see what the cost is and where I can get it done. I think I may have had a conversation with somebody who said the vet in our little town doesn't do neutering, which doesn't make sense to me, and that most folks who want to neuter have to go to a couple other towns on either side of us for neutering. I think that's what I heard somewhere, but I'll look into it, Tomahawk. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. Okay. Family plan. We have a wildfire about 15 miles south of us today. Oh boy, family plan. Yeah, I mean, this is the time of year where they start to pop up. Yeah. Well, hopefully, 15 miles south of you is, yeah, you should be okay, I'm guessing. Tomahawk, are you able to make a fire break around your house using the tractor? Tomahawk, you know, this is something I could do. It would severely alter my terrain if I did that. You know, I have so many trees. You guys have seen I have trees pretty close to me. And on one edge of where I'm at, the property it's somebody else's property. And I can throw a stone and you know, land a stone in the other property. So there's nothing I could do there, and that has a lot of trees. So I don't know. I think if we had a raging fire coming up here, and even if I had a small swath of no trees around me, I think I'd still be in a bad spot. I've seen forest fires on mountains like this. They will jump 50, 60 feet. If the wind's blowing and the fire's moving up a terrain like this, it will just, it will reach over and touch 56 feet, 50 to 60 feet, depending on the wind, in, you know, over an open gap, no problem. So I don't know. I mean, that's an option. It would require a lot of work, and I'm not sure if it would really help much. I don't know if I want this huge open circle around me. I'd stick out like a sore thumb also from some distance. Okay. Mother Nature is better than using a smartphone anytime. Yeah. Mr. Racy speaks. Texas flood 20 of those lives lost with young children. I've never seen Texas get that much rain before. Yeah, Mr. Racy, I haven't heard anything about a flood in Texas, but then again, I haven't really been online much lately, so that's sad to hear. Okay, well, did I miss anything else there, guys? I apologize if I missed any chats here, guys. I tried to get it all. Just scrolling through it right now. Yeah, okay. Well, what else has been going on here? I've been really disappointed lately, folks. My chickens, the hens, don't seem to be doing their job very well lately. I think the last time I saw 3 eggs may have been about 5 or 6 days ago. I've just been getting 1 egg a day, and then I think a couple days ago I got 0 eggs, and this is from 5 laying hens. We know one of the hens is a non-layer, so let's just call it 4 hens. But it's a little disappointing to get 1 egg a day from my hens. So I'm not sure what's going on there. It could be a heat issue, like somebody suggested to me. When it's extremely hot, it does affect the chickens. But, we've had a couple coolish days. And on one of those days, I got 0 eggs. And the other day, just 1 egg. So a little disappointed about that. I really depend on my eggs for, at least breakfast portion of my day. So not having a lot of, enough eggs daily, at least 3 eggs affects my eating habits. So I don't know what's going on there. I might have to do a feed switch and see if that works. So the quail are doing well. They continue to lay. I have 5 or 6 quail eggs, 6 or 7 maybe on a good day. But quail eggs are pretty small. There's probably about 3 quail eggs to 1 chicken egg, just in volume. So they're still going strong. And I think I mentioned, come winter, the quail are going. I'm not going to carry the quail through winter again. Feeding quail, they eat a lot, even though they're tiny little birds. Quail just they eat like there's no tomorrow. And so now with the additional dog, I definitely don't want to be keeping quail through a winter when they're not, giving me any eggs. So I think I've mentioned that several times, though. Just when am I going to pull the trigger? I'd like to find somebody who would take the quail, but, we'll have to figure out. We'll have to figure it out. Mr. Artiford, keep up the good work, OGW. Thank you, Mr. Artiford. Not keeping up the work is not an option. So, fortunately, I enjoy it. Miss Racy speaks. Yep, I'm in the kitchen being a good wife. I missed that. John Off-Grid, Bear Paws cooking. Lol. Lucky man. Okay. What else have we got here? Kevin, how old are the birds? Kevin, the chickens, one of the chickens now is, I got to think about this, perhaps 2 years, and the others are a year, somewhere around there. The 4 Buff Orpington, the blonde chickens are a year old, and the speckled Sussex is, I don't know, maybe 2.5 years now, somewhere around there. So, they should be laying just fine, all of them. A family plan. Our hens have been less productive lately. Only thing I can think of is heat stress. 2 new chicks popped out yesterday. Fingers crossed. Awesome. That's great that you're getting some natural births there. It can take some time, or you really need to have good conditions for hens nowadays, for them to kind of go broody and sit on their own eggs. It's tough getting hens from these mass-produced hatcheries, and they don't often go broody unless you have a great setup for them, and they have space and lots of greens and are happy. It can be tough to get them to go broody. So that's awesome, family plan. Mr. Artiford, did you find any more water barrels? Mr. Artiford, I can get water barrels. It's just a matter of purchasing water barrels. That's the problem. It's just these last few months have been just prioritizing. The little bit of money that has come in, and you folks have helped me out with, and supporters of the channel has mainly just gone to dogs recently. Getting to the vet and having Scout checked up, getting his parvo and deworming, and all that stuff. Getting food. So the funds that have come in have gone towards that. So there are a couple of things I'd like to get, but they're not the priority items. if I had some money to throw around on non-priority items, water barrels would probably be one of them. I don't think. I'm trying to think. The tote, the big square tote that I have behind the cabin, is not cheap. I think that was like $270 or $280 for that big square water tote that I have behind the cabin. So it's not like that cheap. John of Gregorage, can low calcium cause it? Low calcium. That's possible. So I think the first thing I'm going to try is go back to some food that I was using in the early days that I just had great results on. I managed to get a bag of food that I don't typically use, and when I think about it, since having that bag of food, the egg production, and I don't know if it is the food, but the egg production has been a little off since the birds have been eating this new bag that I got. But I've had good days and also bad days, so I can't solely blame the food, but I think that's the first thing I'm going to try here. If I can get to town and get some chicken food, I think I'll go back to what I used to use. Our hens get oyster shells. Nutrition seems good. Yeah, oyster shells. I haven't supplemented with oyster shells. I'd like to do that. It's it's just about priorities. Where do I want to spend the money on? But oyster shells would be something nice. I'd like to be able to supplement my birds with that. Mr. Artiford, can you say your closest town? I understand if you don't want to say, I can surf Facebook Marketplace for you. I'm on there a lot looking. Yeah, the thing is, Mr. Artiford, I like, as a rule, I don't use Facebook or Marketplace. I know there's some good deals, especially when you live rural. I know a lot of folks barter and trade and find some good stuff there. I'm just not a big fan of Facebook. So, I don't mind. The closest town to me is Libby, Montana. I've put my address out there. My address is in the description to the video. All the videos that I do and all the live streams, you can find my mailing address. It's a P.O. box, and that's in Libby, Montana. So I guess at this point, I've always shied away from sharing those sort of details over the years, but I just, for the most part, even though I do like a bit of privacy in some areas, I guess I don't care anymore if I give my general region away. I'm getting old and I just don't care anymore. I think Libby is the closest town. Yeah, you got it, Tomahawk. Anyways, guys, I'm going to, I know, if anybody kind of is able to support the channel, and by supporting the channel, you're supporting me right now. I'm going to drop a link in the chat right now. It's a PayPal link, and that'll allow you to use, a debit card. You don't have to be a member of PayPal to use that link. You can just click the link and just use like a debit card, and you can throw some support my way. Things are a little tight right now after taking care of the dogs. The little bit of funds that I had come in went mostly to the dogs and vet stuff and food. So if anybody's in a position to, support me right now in any way, guys, I'd appreciate it. Okay, moving on. I hate doing that, guys. This is my only income right now. There is nothing else, guys. So it's I depend on these streams and your support, and that's the decision I've made, and that's it looks like that's how I'll be going into winter. So I know. I might do a little more shilling as the snow hits the ground, guys, and things get tough up here. Anyways, thank you. Okay, Tomahawk, OGW, has anyone been mailing you any letters? I actually haven't received any letters. I went into town yesterday but did not go to the mailbox because my mailbox is closed on the weekends. So bad timing. But yeah, the last time I went there, I think, Tomahawk, the last anything I received in the mail was your card. I haven't received any letters, guys. If you just want to write me a handwritten letter, you don't even have to send anything beyond a letter. If you got some time on your hands and want to, write a letter or send a card, a funny card, anything, I do appreciate it. I often go into town, check my mailbox, and there's zero. By zero, I mean like no mail. I don't get any credit card offers or any junk mail, which is great. But it's exciting for me to open that box and for there to be a letter in there. I do look forward to that sort of thing. So if you can't support me, send me a card. Thanks. All right. Thanks. I'll look for you. Then you don't have to. Yeah, Mr. Artifer, if you see something and perhaps they have a phone number, send it my way. Okay, Mr. Artifer, not a Facebook fan either, but the best deals are on there. Yeah, I agree. I use Facebook to share when I'm going live. I have like a Facebook for Off-Grid Warrior. It's just like a Off-Grid Warrior group page, and that's about it. And I just will share the information and then get off it. I don't peruse Facebook. I don't look at advertisements. I just want to get there, share my stuff, and get off. I just find I have a lot of issues with Facebook in general, and Okay, where are we? Did I miss anything? Yeah, it started with Facebook many years ago with this, gleaming your information and data. And it was really subtle back in the days. But it's just become so obtrusive now. I know a lot of people have their cell phones literally listening to their conversations all the time. And, one of the silliest things I've heard is, my phone doesn't do anything unless I say Siri. It only activates when it hears Siri. But my point is, well, it's obviously listening if it knows when you say Siri. I've had private conversations on the phone, via voice or text on the phone texting app, through my cell phone provider. And then I've received advertisements on the topic that I was discussing privately with somebody about. That sort of stuff just really annoys me. And Facebook, well, all of the apps now, if it's for free, guys, it's never really free. If something's offered to you for free, it means you are the product, okay? But everything is just gleaming information, and it's not like, I've heard the excuse people say, oh, well, if you've got nothing to hide, why do you care? That's pretty silly too. So that's my reason why I try to limit my interactions or private conversations on any sort of app or messaging app. I just would rather not have them on my phone, gleaming every little inch of my private life so that they can sell that to some advertiser and make money off of my information. Boy, am I going on a rant or what, guys? Apologies. I think I may have talked about this before several times, and it probably won't be the last. Okay, where are we? Tomahawk, we went to an outdoor concert last night, and boy, it sure was hot, but really fun. that I could not dance because of the surgery. Lol. Tomahawk, what did you see? Who was it? Anybody we know? Was it? Let me guess. It was a hip hop concert. No. Okay. Where are we? Mr. Artiford, well, don't use Tiki-Toki then. Tiki-Toki. Oh, TikTok, yeah. Well, I know, Mr. Artiford, this might blow your mind a little bit, but I'm less concerned about something like TikTok than I am Facebook. I won't get into the details of that. Maybe if we have a private conversation someday, I'll tell you exactly what's going on there. But we'll keep this chat generic. Okay. Miss Racy speaks. I had issues with Facebook myself. Random guys sending me not so good messages. I got tired of it, and I'm married. So yeah. I understand the benefits, guys. I know Facebook Marketplace is definitely beneficial when you live out rural. But yeah, it's the gleaming of your private life that they do in the background that I don't like. Tomahawk, never owned a smartphone, and I have only been on Gab and YouTube for good reasons. Tomahawk, I totally understand. I've actually been a little, It's tough doing what I'm doing, live streaming, and then, the little bit of promotion that I do, it kind of forces me to have to partake in some of the stuff. I do sort of very minimal promotion or advertising because that's probably the biggest problem I have about live streaming or being online. Well, there's two problems I have is, some of my life is shared, and I find that since I've been streaming, I probably share more than just doing generic videos. When I'm conversing with you guys and talking and creating relationships, even though they're online, I mean, I know some of you guys now, I tend to share a bit more than what I should. I'm probably sharing a little too much nowadays, but, again, I don't have everything to hide, but it's just something about having some kind of privacy. So I do minimal advertising and promotion. It's just not really what I enjoy doing. So, I kind of have to be on the basics, at least the big 2 or 3 apps, and, I share my information there. Anyways. Yeah, the happiest I've ever been is when I lived out in the boonies, had my property in Washington, and I didn't have a phone. And I didn't have internet. That was obviously before Starlink, but no internet, no cell, very little communication for 4 years. And I got a lot done. I made things happen. Miss Ariford, I hear you, OGW. Yep. Tomahawk. It was the tribute band, The Ultimate Doors. Great concert. Hey, nice. Yeah, The Doors is definitely got some good tunes. Definitely some standout tunes. That guy died too early. Yep. Tomahawk. They used the actual music instruments the Doors used and are endorsed by the 2 living members. Wow, awesome. Yeah, that's one that I would probably attend. Even though I'm not a crowds person, I don't like people jam packed into small spaces. It's definitely on my list of avoids. But I don't know. It's probably been about 10, 11 years since I've been to any kind of concert or indoor arena. Yeah, I mean, there's times when not recently, I mean, I haven't been into a bank for forever, but, I mean, there's just no point. I don't even use my bank anymore. They try and contact me every now and again, but, Anyways, where was I going with this? I mean, there's been times I remember having to go into a bank and there were too many people in the bank, and so I just left. Or going to a grocery store, if it's too filled and too packed, if there's too many cars in the parking lot, I just leave. Yeah, big crowds, clearly not my thing. Mr. Artiford, do you do all your cooking on the wood stove or in a cast iron pan? Mr. Artiford, most of my cooking is done on a propane camping stove. I have one of these Coleman 2-burner, I'm looking at it right now, Coleman 2-burner propane stove, and I hook that up to my large propane tanks. And so that's how I do my cooking. I don't cook on the wood stove. I mean, even though I could probably do a stew in winter, it's not really ideal. My wood stove is not ideal for cooking on. It's not really a cooking style wood stove. I could do a slow cook stew if I wanted to, though. But yeah, most of my cooking is done on a camping propane stove or outside. I will cook on wood flame. You've seen my little fire outside, right underneath the little A-frame. That's what I heat my shower water. I melt snow in winter on that, and that's my shower water. And there's been a few times when I've run out of propane. I think I'm going to be running out of propane any day now. So I might be forced to cook out on flame if I don't get these tanks filled. So let's just say funds not available right now for filling up my propane tank. So feel free to support if you can. See, I took that opportunity to shill again, guys. I apologize. Okay. Mr. Racy Speaks, my TikTok account I need, right? I don't have it. I think I may have tried to secure my name, Off-Grid Warrior, on TikTok. But some guy had already taken the name, and I think it's the same guy who has. There's another Off-Grid Warrior on YouTube. I mean, they obviously just trying to build off. When I say my name, Off-Grid Warrior, they've started a channel that's an Off-Grid Warrior. It's just spelt differently in a different way, and so I think that's the same person who has the Off-Grid Warrior on TikTok. So it's kind of annoying, but that's what happens when you. Well, I did disappear for 4 years, and so maybe somebody thought that they could just pick up from where I left, but here I am. Okay, where are we? I just use it to watch. Yeah, I don't do anything on TikTok. I don't have the app, and yep. Miss Racy Speaks, and I watch cooking accounts. Right. Well, I did actually. I don't know if I want to get into this, but let's just say I did recently sign up on an app that's in another country, and I'm finding it very interesting. And I do watch a lot of cooking videos on that app. There's a lot of people cooking out in the wilds, cooking things like chicken and big chunks of meat, and they're like very tasty videos. I usually watch a couple and then I'm like feeling hungry. So. Anyways, talking about hungry, I'm kind of hungry right now, thinking about food, what to eat tonight. Okay, what else we got going on, guys? Mr. Artiford, do you read books a lot? I go through stages, Mr. Artiford. I can be quite a prolific reader with, at least a book a week. But I've been a little off the reading thing lately. I find in winter I read a bit more. I have a little library and a couple totes under the cabin full of books. Most of them have been read, but some of them are reference books that I can, go back to and enjoy going back to at times. But yeah, I do enjoy reading. I'd say in the last 5 or 6 months, not a lot of reading has been done. Miss Racy speaks, like I learned, if I don't have milk for mashed potatoes, I can use mayonnaise. Mayonnaise instead, huh? Instead of milk? Interesting. Well, I guess that, I'm kind of old school when it comes to mayonnaise. I don't consider what you buy in supermarkets like real mayonnaise. It's just called Real. That's the brand. The trademark is Real. It's not actually real mayonnaise. It's something else. So I like old school, old-fashioned actual mayonnaise. I haven't made mayonnaise myself, but I enjoy it when it's homemade and real mayonnaise. Not the brand Real, but real mayonnaise. I know it's so confusing. All right, I'm going to have to turn up the light here on chat, guys. Let me turn up the ISO on camera there. There we go. A little bit better. Apologies, it's a little grainy. Okay, we're back to normal now. Duke's Mayo. I think I may have seen that brand at some point. Never tried it though. Anyways. Guys, I just remembered, I think I mentioned before the video, I'm not house sitting officially right now, but I do have 2 horses that I need to go and feed before it gets too dark. So I've got maybe an hour and a half, a couple hours left here, and then I need to, head down the mountain and go feed 2 horses. So we'll do a few more minutes here if you folks want to carry on chatting. I know it's kind of getting late for some of you on the East Coast. It really is quite enjoyable having light for for so many hours, and especially on these hot days. Like I really should be doing fencing now. Crack of dawn, do the work. The outdoor work, and then stop, and then late evening again, or early evening when it cools down, carry on. Right now I'm digging holes for some fence posts. I've got to do some peeling. I have some cedar logs I need to peel, and I need to get some preservative on those logs before I stick them in the ground. And yeah, hopefully by the end of this week, guys, we'll have a new fenced-in area. It'll be like a giant mansion up here. I'll be like living the rich man's life with his massive garden. I'm just kidding. But yeah, the dogs will be... I'll be happy, and the dogs will be a little more happy, having a little more space. Just getting back to what I said earlier on, with these 2 dogs now, they love hanging out right in front of the deck. Right where the stairs are. That's like their zone. There's really not a lot of other areas they can go to. So, when they go to the toilet, like everything's done in front of the deck. So, the other night I had to go outside late at night and turn the generator off. And not only did I hit one landmine, but there were 2 landmines that I got like one after the other. I stood in one, and then I was like, oh, really? And then literally my second step was the landmine number 2. So having this, bigger garden now, we can, not be stepping in poo all the time. Too much information, guys? I don't know. Again, the topics we cover here, everything from data mining to dog standing in dog poo. Okay, there is a store not far from me that sells old school mayonnaise, but it's pricey, but worth it, yeah. Everything good, guys. Unfortunately, good food, unfortunately, costs quite often more than, unless you're growing it yourself, good food quite oftenly costs more than the bad food, and that's part of the big problem we have in Western civilization now. It's the craft macaronis and so on are so cheap that for a lot of families, middle class and struggling families, that's all you can purchase, because the good organic, and I use this in quotes, organic, because sometimes organic is questionable. That stuff typically costs more, so it's really difficult eating healthy for cheap in Western civilization, Western societies nowadays. It's just the way it is. Mr. Hartford, do you ride horses at all? No, I don't. I grew up, my early years, I rode horses and was around horses. My parents were on a farm, and my sister had horses, and I'm not a big horse. I'm not anti-horse, but I've got enough things going on in life. That aren't horses. Be sure the horses definitely have water, but I do need to go and put some grass in their bags and give them some bagged food too. So I don't know, maybe another 20 minutes or so, guys, and we start winding down, and then I go to boogie. I'll leave the dogs up here. Of course, they're going to go crazy when I leave, but dealing with dogs, going in anywhere with dogs, it's just like double the time. I got to then lock them up, and when I'm dealing with the horses, and Ranger will, as soon as he gets down to the bottom there, he likes to disappear. And the thing is with these two dogs, they actually don't, when they disappear, they don't disappear together. There's been a few times where they disappear in opposite directions. It's like they are very different. Granted, Scout is still young and a puppy. It's not just the puppy thing. Like, they are literally, breed-wise and personality, they are two different dogs. They do things in very different ways, behavior very different. They run in opposite directions at times. I'm going that way, and then like one's going that way and one's going that way. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to have two dogs on leashes on a quad or a bicycle. It doesn't work. And every time I leave the cabin up here and go somewhere and have to leave the dogs here, I feel extremely guilty. Ranger will bark for hours. I'll get back 3, 4, 5 hours later, and Ranger will still be barking, and I can hear him from the bottom of the valley. And so he's just frantic. There's some severe anxiety issues there when I'm not here. So, I don't know if this sort of behavior is also going to be moved over to Scott. He's going to see Ranger behaving like this every time I leave, and what does he do? So, well, I already know he starts barking and goes crazy too. So there's a whole bunch of dog management issues going on right now. And like I say, when I go on a little adventure, I obviously want to take my dogs with me and for them to have a bit of freedom. I mean, that's why I live out here, right? For the sense of freedom. I don't want to have dogs that need to be on a leash and locked up all the time. I mean, what fun is that? So right now there's all kinds of dog management hurdles that I'm going to have to navigate with these two. Also, what has really dawned on me is if I want to do an overnighter or more somewhere, how does that happen now? How does that happen? How do I go anywhere for a camping trip when I have two dogs that are very different and run in opposite directions? This I did not ponder this before I took on this responsibility. Anyways, Kevin OGW, been a good stream. Unfortunately, need to step off for the night. Have a good night. Everyone be safe in the heat. Everyone, catch you next time. Kevin, good to see you, man. Thank you for hanging out tonight. So you have a good week. All right. Thank you. John Off-Grid Garage, you got thumbs up there. Stay safe out there, Kevin. Okay, we got that. Did I miss anything? Miss, did I? Okay, some of you guys are disappearing now. Miss Racy speaks. Take care, OGW. It's been a great live stream. Thank you, Miss Racy. You have a good one. You guys have a good dinner tonight. Yeah, thank you guys. We'll see you. See you next week. Tomahawk, dog poo compost. Lol. Yeah. I haven't been composting their poo in one spot. I have an area which I go to and kind of disperse it, but yeah, the composting, the chicken. Every time I clean the chicken coop, that goes to a spot, the same spot. But dog poo's been a little spread out. Maybe I need to figure that system out. Tomahawk. Okay. Oh, okay, here we go. Stay safe with him. Okay, John Off-Grid Garage, Off-Grid Warrior. Oh, I just saw your message, then you removed it, John. You asking me about how many solar panels I have? I have 300-watt panels. I actually have 4. I just haven't put the 4th one up. But yeah, I mean, I survived just fine. This time of the year, 3 100-watt Renogy panels keep me going just fine. Of course, when I'm doing these streams, I run the generator since I'm powering a large desktop which I built myself, and I built a bit of a monster with an oversized power consumption. Don't ask me why. So I need the generator to run the desktop for streaming, but I can run just satellite alone if I'm on my satellite and a tablet. My batteries and solar panels, this time of the year, I don't have any power issues. Yeah, I mean, obviously in winter, I use the generator a lot more to charge batteries and get everything, charged up. Winter's really, really tough for me on solar. I need to relocate my solar panels too. I need to build a little bit of a tower, and for those solar panels to be behind the cabin instead of where you see them right now. They kind of attached to the front. That was never meant to be a permanent spot where you see the solar panels right now. It was a temporary spot that kind of became permanent. But the ideal spot for solar panels for me is behind the cabin, because I have this hillside right behind the cabin, and I need to elevate these panels on the hillside up a little ways on some kind of stand. That would be ideal. So yeah, more things to do. Okay, well guys, still got a little bit of light there. I think we're going to wind down the stream. I know a few of you have disappeared already, so if you guys don't mind, I think we're going to call it a night, and I've got to get down the mountain and feed a couple horses quickly. Well, not quickly. By the time I get home, it'll probably be dark, or getting dark, so we got to go do that. I just want to thank everybody for, hanging out on the stream. It's always, it's not like I have massive streams with, hundreds of people, and I don't worry about that, but I really appreciate you guys. The regulars, you're always on here. It's nice to see, when I fire up the stream, there's a couple of you guys sometimes that are waiting, names I know, and a few of you guys I'm getting to know now. And I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate your support. There's also a couple standout guys there that have helped me out a lot here. So thank you guys. Thank you for all of you guys for hanging out and making these streams. I do actually enjoy them. I don't view these streams as a work or a job or something I have to do. I actually look forward to firing up the stream and chatting to you guys. So I appreciate you guys. So thank you. And on that note, if nobody's got anything to say here. Oh, Natal pops in. Natal, thank you. Have a good night. Appreciate you guys. All right. Thank you. Family Plan, good night, OGW and crew. Family Plan, thank you. Hopefully stay safe out there since you're also maybe dealing with fires popping up here soon. Tomo, good night to you, Natal. Okay, guys. I'm going to do it. I'm calling it. Thanks again. And I'm going to be shooting for next week. I have a little huckleberry adventure planned here. Next couple days, we're going to get up the mountain here, get some elevation, and go and get as many huckleberries as possible, because I know they're up there now. So we'll definitely be seeing a little bit of that. And some fencing. Finally, I should have a nice doggy area during the next stream, and who knows what else. So thank you, guys. We'll see you next week. And you guys have a good week too, all right? Stay safe out there. Cheers.